as I'm pacing the pews in a church corridor. And I can't help but to hear, no, I can't help but to hear an exchanging of words. What a beautiful wedding, what a beautiful wedding, says a bridesmaid to a waiter. Yes, but what a shame the poor groom's bride is a whore. I chime in with a haven't you people ever heard of closing a goddamn door? No, it's much better to face these kinds of things with a sense of poison rationality. I chime in, haven't you people ever heard of closing a goddamn door? No, it's much better to face these kinds of things with a sense of, well, in fact, well, I'll look at it this way. I mean, technically our marriage is saved. Well, this calls for a toast, so pour the champagne. Oh, well, in fact, well, I'll look at it this way. I mean, technically our marriage is saved. Well, this calls for a toast, so pour the champagne, pour the champagne. Poison rationality. I chime in, haven't you people ever heard of closing a goddamn door? No, it's much better to face these kinds of things with a sense of poison rationality. Poison rationality. I chime in, haven't you people ever heard of closing a goddamn door? No, it's much better to face these kinds of things with a sense of poison rationality.
Put your hands in the air. My songs! Know what you did in the dark!
Besides, in the meantime,
I am an arms dealer, fitting you with weapons in the form of words. And don't really care which side you win, long as the room keeps singing, that's just the business I'm in. This ain't a scene, it's a goddamn off-pace. This ain't a scene, it's a goddamn off-pace. This ain't a scene.
been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe? That big Cotton Eye Joe, I've been married a long time ago. Where did you come from? Where did you go?